This video is for you guys to give you a little bit of common sense when dealing with ladies. Let me tell you something. Ladies like to be called ladies after the age of 12. Now, I know there are things called little girls, but little girls are under the age of 12. Once they pass the 12 mark, they like to be called ladies. They do not like to be called old maids, old broads, or old ladies. And if you're calling somebody under the age of 65 any of those things, you could be in some serious trouble. But this video was inspired because I watched another video and I wanted to give some commentary. First of all, if you're going to go to the trouble of falling in love with a lady and she actually likes you, you might want to tell her, number one, that you admire her and that you love her, because let me tell you something, guys. Ladies are not telepathic. They may act telepathic, but they really aren't, and you need to tell them how much you love them. Okay? Now, keep in mind, guys, when dealing with ladies, you are not in a wrestling match. So, if she is upset, holding her tightly does not mean that you have to press the breath right out of her. Okay? Remember, a lady is not a football that you have to carry through a whole bunch of offensive linemen. Alright? Let me tell you something. Picking your lady over all of your other female friends, that's a great idea, but you don't want to take your lady to a strip club and say, well, this is my lady. Okay, she doesn't want to go to the strip club with you, and she'd rather you not go to the strip club yourself. Get a clue. Alright, now, playing with a lady's hair is great and fantastic unless she has just come from the hair salon, and then you might get a slap on the face because she spent 3 hours in a chair trying to get her hair to look a certain way. The last thing she wants you to do is play with it. Okay, again, I want to keep in mind with you guys, you are not part of the UFC when you're dealing with a lady. You are not part of the WWE. So, wrestling and tickling her is great, except you've got to keep in mind you're not in a wrestling match. Alright? This is not a thing where you have to win. This is something you have to enjoy. Alrighty. Yes, talking to a lady is great. They love it when you talk to them, but unless you're in the sack with them, they'd rather you not talk dirty to them. You can come up with some other conversations, please. Telling her off-colored jokes is not a good thing, but if you have some real good regular jokes, she'd love it. Okay, guys, it is a romantic thing to bring a lady flowers, except, of course, if you're bringing her cacti. Now, granted, there are some ladies that do like cacti, but that is not a symbol of romance to bring a lady some cacti, all right, unless she's just totally in love with them. And no, you don't want to bring her rare orchids that if she touches them, she could end up ingesting some of their poisonous whatever and end up dying. That is not something she wants done. So make sure you know what kind of flowers to bring her before you do that. Okay. When running with a lady, remember you are not in a track meet. Ladies do like it when you hold their hands, but not all the time. Sometimes ladies want to do things with their hands, and especially if your hands are sweaty. They don't like that. Okay. Throwing pebbles at her window. This is a wonderful thing. Keep in mind, though, that you don't want to do this at 3 o'clock in the morning because she probably will throw an anvil back at you. And certainly, it's pebbles, not boulders, not big heavy rocks, because if you throw something like that at her window, it might break. She'll cause you to clean it up, and on top of that, she'll probably have you pay for the window. Alrighty. No, you don't have to be an American Idol contestant to sing to her, but do try to take some singing lessons because she does not appreciate somebody that's really off-key. To get a lady upset with you is one thing. To get her downright angry with you is totally different. If she's a little upset with you, you might be able to resolve things, kiss and make up. But if she gets extremely angry, the hatchet and the chainsaw and maybe the 44 mag will come out, and you don't want any of those being present with her. Trust me. Now, depending on her weight, It'd be great for her to give her piggyback rides or push her on the swing. Let me tell you something. You may find it hard to tell her that she's beautiful, but definitely do not tell her that she's ugly, because otherwise, once again, the hatchet, the chainsaw, and the .44 mag will be pulled out and used against you. Okay. When talking to a lady, it is a good idea not to be talking on cell phones, because if she's sad and she has a long pause, you may not realize that she is just simply not talking to you, and you may hang up on her inadvertently, which will upset her more. So make sure if you're having an intimate conversation with your lady over the phone, it is over a landline and not some kind of a cell phone, because if the cell phone conversation cuts short, or she has a pause and you can't tell whether she's been knocked off or not, it could cause a problem. Alrighty, yes, ladies do like it when you gaze into their eyes. Just make sure that she doesn't have pink eye or she has an eye patch, because that's not too romantic. And when you're smiling, especially as you get older and you start having dentures, make sure you're wearing your dentures, because she does not want to see a mouthful of holes. It is very romantic to kiss a lady on the forehead and even slow dance with her, but make sure that she has not been totally exhausted by a long day of work or some major exercise routine before you slow dance with her, because otherwise you'll make her suffer, not be romantic with her. And there is a fine line between kissing a lady in the rain and kissing a lady in October cold rain, or kissing a lady in a violent thunderstorm. Let me give you guys a real big clue here. When there's a violent thunderstorm over her head, she is not worried about you kissing her. She would rather get away from the lightning and possibly the tornado that might follow. And she certainly does not want to get pummeled with hailstones while kissing you. So make sure it's a warm, wonderful rain, or otherwise it's not going to be too romantic. Alright, hopefully I've given you guys a clue. I will tell you more in a future video, so stay tuned.